When people talk about animation history, Africa is often treated like it just arrived last week. But that's not the truth. African animation didn't begin with Disney partnerships, or Netflix projects, or viral YouTube hits. Its story began almost a century ago, and its roots reach even deeper into ancient performance, shadow puppetry, masks, and oral storytelling. Today, we uncover the true history of African animation, a history the world rarely talks about. The untold story of African animation. The story doesn't end here. Step into the full journey and see how Africa's storytellers built the foundation of modern animation. As technology reached Africa, animation found a new canvas, the screen. Egypt, 1936. Three brothers, the Franco brothers, created Mafish Feda. It introduced Africa's first cartoon character, Mish Mish Effendi. He became a household name, often called the Arab Mickey Mouse. But Mish Mish was more than that. He was a symbol of early African creativity in film. Niger, 1966. Then came Mustapha Oleson, a visionary often called the father of African animation. His puppet film Bon Voyage used humor to reflect society and politics, proving animation could speak truth, not just entertain. From Cairo to Niamey, these pioneers built African animation from scratch. No studios, no support, and no blueprint. What they created laid the foundation for every animator who came after. African animation began with vision, not permission. Senegal, 1969, Le Martien by Ousmane Sow. Congo, 1990, The Frog Who Visits His In-Laws by Jean-Michel Kebushi. Burkina Faso, 1993, The Woman with Three Husbands by Celia Sowedogo. France/Senegal, 1998, Kirikou and the Sorceress by Michel Ocelot, inspired by West African folklore. Zimbabwe, 2003, The Legend of the Sky Kingdom, the film that introduced Junkmation, Africa's first stop-motion feature made from scrap and found objects. It was Africa's first animated feature film, proof that creativity has no limits, and innovation always beats budget. These films were more than entertainment, they were milestones, each one expanding Africa's voice in animation. And beyond them, many other African animations were taking shape during this era, from shorts to series, all contributing to a continent steadily animating its own stories forward. The 2010s changed everything. Nigeria Bino V Fino, the first cartoon many African kids saw themselves in. Tanzania Obongo Kids, educational animation reaching millions. South Africa Super Strikers, a global football animation success. Triggerfish Studios training a new generation, winning awards, building pipelines. Africa wasn't just telling stories anymore. It was building an industry. Then, Africa went global. IWAJU, Disney's first African sci-fi series with Kogoli Media. Kezotsi Moto, Pan-African sci-fi anthology featuring creators from across the continent. Unique Studios, African superheroes in global bookstores and animation deals. Animax FYB, Ghana, pushing cutting-edge 3D talents in West Africa. Africa no longer begs for a seat at the table. Africa is building its own. African animation isn't new. It's finally being seen. From handmade cameras in the 1960s to global studio partnerships today. This is a story of persistence, culture, and imagination. And this is just the beginning. Now it's your turn. Which ancient African storytelling practice do you think influenced modern animation the most? Masks, puppetry, oral folklore, or cave art?